yeah. We live, baby. We live. Oh, boy, it's been a while since I've been live. But look at me. Live and in charge. There we go. Nothing too wild, nothing too fresh. We're just chilling it before I go to bed. Also, going over script ideas for later on. And the best way I can do that is to get my fuzzy pen and my notepad. Okie dokie, where is the fuzzy pen? The fuzzy pen is right here. So, main thing I'll need to worry about is trying to figure out scripts for the spooky season, because the spooky season is coming quickly. Very, very quickly. Oh god. Can you believe we're almost to the end of August already? Insane. Absolutely insane. Hi, Broken Angel. How are you doing? I'm trying to figure out the best scripts to do for spooky season. Now, I know the classics. I know the vampire ones. Vampire scripts. We got classic werewolf ones. We got our demon ones. You know what I haven't done in a while? Like a Wendigo or a Skinwalker. Skinwalkers are fun. Skinwalker. Look at me. Say I'm gonna wind down right before bed and now I'm making a massive list. You know, I'm doing really good. I went out for a big jog today, built a bit of a workout, had a bubble bath. I've already eaten, so I should be all good and ready to just lay down and just pass out for a good 8 hours if I'm lucky. Ugh. Skinwalker. I haven't done one of those in ages. Ghosts are good. Good ghost script. Caveat, possession script. Possession. Love a good possession. One of the ones I haven't done yet. I need to do more yanderes. They're always a classic. I did do a really good script for Foxhound. There was a yandere firefighter script. I was so proud of that. I was riding from the high from that script for a good month and a half. It was beautiful. Some of my best work. Not as good as Voice of an Angel. I'm still very much riding the coattails of that. You know, a small part of me genuinely believes that I have peaked. I've done the high school peaking, and now my writing will just be so-so. Got Yandere, we've got our vampires. Vampires, we can do lords. Or princes. Or kings. We love some royalty. We love me some royalty. Werewolf, oh god. Werewolves are so classic. I would love to do a script collab sometime. I know I did one with Juliet once. But it was my first script collab and I don't know if I did a particularly good job. I'd love to do it again. I'm still trying to figure out what my next script series for Darien is going to be. Because now that Voice of an Angel is coming to an end, there's only one more part to go. It's all going to be over. That chapter is going to be closed. Oh, a part of me really misses writing Voice of an Angel, but the other part of me is really glad that we stopped here, because we don't want to make it like season 55. Do you get inspiration from some of your writing? I do, actually. There's a good few scripts that I've written that I've been inspired to do something similar, but with like a bit like a twist to it. Like there are a good few mafia scripts that I've written that I've always thought this would also work if I did like a werewolf version of this. Or sometimes I do like a really romantic like boyfriend script and I'm like, but what if we made him yandere? Sometimes I also write some vampire scripts and it inspires me to do more like medieval lords and ladies kind of thing. Oh, I know, I love Voice of an Angel too. It's like my baby. But at some point I've got to let it go, you know? I need to throw my heart into a different series. I'm tempted by one of two ideas. I'm really tempted by like a detective LA noir, really gritty romance between like two detectives, or I'm really want to do a long werewolf series, but I'm still struggling with a good idea for the werewolf series. I've got like a basic idea in my head, but it doesn't have the oomph that I felt when I first wrote the first Voice of an Angel script. It's so difficult trying to come up with ideas when your brain is just like mush. Also, do you like my girl? I grew her hair out, but I still kept the same pink hair and the same basic aesthetic. It's the same earrings, the same eyes, the same necklace, the same jumper. I very much like it. She's super pretty. She's got more to her, but it's like thigh up. So there's a lot of juicy thighs when it comes to her. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But I do think it might be a little bit too much for YouTube. She's really pretty. Because I've been meaning to update my girl, because when I first created her, I had short hair too. So I've been growing my hair out, and now my girl needs to grow her hair out too. I love her so much. I love her floofy ponytail. It's so pretty. Too bad ponytails can't be that floofy in real life. No, my hair always falls flat. Detective ones would be good. Like a ghost detective? Or like a werewolf detective? Oh, I'm sure I could convince Jade to be into a werewolf detective script. I need to find out more creative ideas for the werewolf scripts. And well, not just my werewolf scripts, but I also want more creative ideas for spooky scripts in general. Because don't get me wrong, I love the classics, but I also want to try and make something a little bit outside of the norm. I know it'll come to me when it comes to me, but damn, I want the ideas to just like shoot into my head immediately, like on a daily basis. I'm growing my hair out too, but it's not long enough for a ponytail yet. Oh, but is it close? Is it like super close? Is it like tantalizingly close? They just hate that when you're growing it out and it's just not enough for a ponytail, but God, it's going in your face. You need to put a hairband on. It's always the middle point of growing your hair out from super short to long. The growing pains are real. I started to look a lot like, I don't know, I think it was like an 80s yoga instructor. All I was missing was the neon lycra. Here, I think I might be a little bit too loud. I'll move that down. There you go. That's a little better. I'm just barely touching my shoulders. Oh, you got a cute little bob going on? I bobs. A few of my favorite like YouTubers have gotten like little bobs. I've gotten really into like vlogs and like uni slice of life kind of videos. Ooh, also, I've been really into like Stephanie Sue and the Rotten Mango. I highly recommend. It's so good. Because she's got like 3 channels. She's got her Rotten Mango, which is like the murder mystery stuff. And Stephanie Sue is her like main like vlog channel. And then there's Miss Mango Butt, and then she puts all the adorable little stories on that one. It's really cute. I highly recommend. I'm getting addicted to her videos. Almost as close to like one. Oh, I bet you look so adorable. You know, it would be a really fun idea. A D&D script. I've been toying with the idea of it. Now that Darian's doing the D&D streams, maybe I could convince him to like do like a D&D script audio. I wonder if he'll be convinced to do a Tarquin audio. That would be kind of cool, because he plays that character so well. I've been just like a proud mama in the chat, just watching him have fun and then just enjoy himself. It's just so adorable. Love seeing that man happy. You know, I started writing for him about 4 years ago, I think. And I cannot believe it's been 4 years already. It feels like maybe like 2. But I remember the second that he put up the video saying that he wanted like script submissions and such, and I was so excited. I was giddy. I was like, oh my god, this is my chance. This is my chance to get back into writing, and it's gonna be really fun. And you know what? It's okay, because even if he doesn't pick my script, it's fine, because I did it and I put myself out there. Hi, Violet. How are you, baby? I'm reminiscing about when Darian picked my script. It was the first Voice of an Angel script, and I poured all my heart into it, and I was so excited. I was so happy, but I was also very, very nervous, because I was like, you know what, it's fine. It's fine. If he doesn't pick it, it's all good. It doesn't mean anything. And I sent it off to him, and I was super, super nervous. And then I saw in my email, I got a reply from him, and I got so giddy. And I was like, Pam, it's okay. How about this? And I put little jelly beans onto the desk, right? And I was like, okay, if he to try and distract myself from how nervous I was like, I'm gonna make you a deal, Pam. I'm gonna make you a deal. If he accepts the script, you can eat the red jelly beans, and if he doesn't accept the script, it's fine, because you can have the green jelly beans. And I was trying my hardest to like not think too hard about getting my hopes up too high, just in case he didn't, go for the script. But then I opened the email and I read the email, and I was doing that thing where you read, like, you're supposed to, you're acting all casual while you read it, but your eyes are like reading it like so fast. I was trying to seem cool and aloof to an email that's already been sent. And then I saw that he accepted it. He said it was a really cool script. And I was so happy, and I ate the whole bag of jelly beans. I was the happiest girl in the world. I couldn't believe that he accepted my script. And then the script went really well. The audio was phenomenal. It went above and beyond what I thought it would. Because we all know that Darian is really good. The whole screen setup is so pretty. Thank you! I got my girl done by this really cool artist on Etsy. And the background is also from Etsy. I got a few of them too. I've got this one, and I've got like a spooky like courtyard, and I've got one in front of a haunted mansion, and in the background there's a ghost in one of the windows that will just appear every so often. I also have like a very nice office building at what's the word I'm looking for, like sunset, and there's birds flying outside. I got like a big bunch of them because I really want to get back into like streaming, because the longer I don't stream, the more I overthink, and then I don't end up doing it. And I do enjoy streaming. It's fun, even though it's really nerve-wracking. It's an amazing script. I fell in love with this series after the first episode. That makes me so happy. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you. B. Just popping to say hello and send you some love. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. You're so kind to me. You're such a good bean. Thank you. And when the first script went so well, I mustered my courage, right? I mustered all of my courage. And I sent Darren a message. I was like, the first one is going so well. It would be kind of cool. It would be kind of cool if there was like a second one. And he was cool with that, and then it snowballed into the 3 seasons. It wasn't even supposed to be 3 seasons. It was supposed to be 1 season. And then people were like, oh my god, I miss it so much. So I was like, hey, Darian, you want to make it a 2nd season? And then I was like, you know what, it's going to be just 2 seasons. And then I was like, but 3... we could do 3 seasons. That's what I do. That's why I mostly stream with my friends. See, that's a good idea. I'd love to stream with a bunch of people. It'll be slightly nerve-wracking on the first couple of goes, but afterwards I would slowly find my voice again. Yeah, streaming's always a little bit nerve-wracking, because I used to do it ages ago. Like ages ago. We're talking like pre-COVID. Like pre-COVID, I used to stream, and I used to have this as my gaming channel. And I had like, I don't know, like, I think it was like 500 videos at one stage. But I ended up getting rid of all of them because I wasn't entirely proud. I didn't feel like the skill set was skill setting. And I wasn't that confident with my voice, and I was super nervous. I mean, I'm still super nervous, but I feel like what I've got going on right now is a little bit more polished than the absolute mess I used to have. But I feel like I'm getting slightly better. I hit live, so that's something. That's doing way better than I've been doing for, I don't know when I stopped making videos. I think it was easily over a year ago. Now that I don't have all the videos actually up on my channel, it's really difficult to keep track exactly how long ago it was. I have a lovely voice. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're so nice. Thank you. I'm slightly self-conscious about my voice because I always feel like I sound like what's the best way to describe it? I feel like I sound like I have a mouth full of peanut butter. like certain words aren't enunciated, like I have a tiny bit of a lisp going on. You know what kind of characters I'd be really good at voicing? I'd be good at the nerdy characters because I feel like I have a nerdy voice. I should put my voice out there more often because I do want to get better at like public speaking. So that is why I want to try getting back into streaming, and that's why I want to start voice acting myself, because what better way for me to improve my writing than to understand what it's like to actually read the script, you know? And it's always nice to collect more skills. So yeah, I'd love to really start voice acting. Also, audio editing, because that's also a really good skill to have. And I know that for some reason I just cannot find enough like audio editors, because I know there's quite a few VAs in our community that desperately want an editor to help lighten the load, because it is difficult to do the writing all by yourself, the recording, the voicing, the editing. And then you need to try and get an artist too. It's very difficult. No one quite understands how difficult it is. Because I understand that people outside of our little creative community might think it's really easy, but there's a lot more skill that goes into it. Your voice is very cute. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I'm getting compliments today. I pet a dog today. This is a good day. This is a very, very good day. I might even push my luck and see if I can get even more VAs to hire my services, because there's still a few that I have my eye on and I want to write at least once for. Because so far on my list is I want to write for Cardlin Audio. I want to write for Kabuyama, because he has such a wonderful voice. I don't know if my scripts are to his taste though. So I wanna see if I can try and write something for him, because I've been saying since November that I put it on the to-do list. I'm gonna write for him one day. I swear to God. It says, oh, puppy. Puppy. He was a good doggo. He was a very, very good doggo. He was so small. I think he was like a Jack Russell or something. He was so teeny tiny. He was such a good puppy. He sniffed me and he gave me that look, the puppy look of I love you. And I was like, you know what? You're a good dog. You're so cute. The fun fact that I've always heard about dogs, and I love the fact that this is true, that they are just as excited to see you as you are to see them. And I think that's the most adorable thing. It's so cute. Back on like the VA stuff though, there's still so many that I want to write for. There's this Patreon channel called Best Kept Secret. They have like a bunch of VAs working for them, and they have wonderful voices. And I would love to write for them at least once, you know? Because not only do they have the kind of voice that I get inspired to write for, it would also be incredible for my writing career. I have a friend that does everything herself, including the art. You may have heard. Sensory VA? Hell yeah, I've heard of her. Stuff is so good, and she writes voice edits and does art all by herself. That's a skill. Oh my god. Your friend is incredibly talented. Incredibly talented. To juggle all of that, oh my god, it's so cool. It must be overwhelming too, because I know that I overthink quite a bit. So even like the smallest thing can overwhelm me quite a bit, but I can also juggle a lot as long as I do not think about it too hard. Especially when all of my script commissions come in, because you know how it is. They all come in at the same time, and it can be very overwhelming to see such a big list right in front of you. And some of them go from like 1,000 words to 1,500, all the way up to 2,000. And 2,000 words is a lot. And it can be very exhausting to write, depending on the depending on the story that the VA has asked for. Because there's some things that are definitely within my wheelhouse that are easier than others. Like, of course, I love my mafia stories, and I love my vampires and my werewolves. Recently, I've been struggling with the classic boyfriend experience kind of stuff. I don't know why. I think it's because I've thrown myself so heavy into like fantasy stuff and things that most likely wouldn't happen in real life, that I kind of like lost the skill set I have with like classic boyfriend, husband kind of things. That also means I'm gonna need to roll up my sleeves and to get on in there when it comes to getting back on the horse. It's gonna be tough, and it's not gonna be fun to try and like rework that muscle, but I feel like it's gonna be just fine. I feel the same, but mostly with my own stories. I still need to get started on a few projects I have in mind. Oh my god, I'm excited for your projects. I love that I'm surrounded by so many creative people. Oh, it just makes me fall in love every single time. Because I'm surrounded by VAs and writers and artists and so many incredible audio editors. It is so nice being around so many creative people. It also helps me get creative because I see what other people working on and I'm like, that is so cool. I want to do something like that. Maybe one day I will do VA stuff a little bit more. I can see how slice of life would be difficult once you're used to more fantasy stuff. I know, right? I'm used to werewolves and demons and vampires and medieval overlords, and of course I always have a weakness for the mafia characters, the Don bosses, the henchmen. But I kind of like lost that muscle memory when it comes to classical first date stuff, because ever so often I do listen to Darian's old audios, and there's a good few that's a dude just sees you across like the coffee shop and he completely falls in love with you, and there's a lot of adorable first date audios that he did, and they are so good. I still say that Darren is my favourite scriptwriter. No one does it like him. And the only sad thing about me writing all his scripts is because I don't get to hear his stuff anymore. Don't get me wrong, I love writing for Darren. It is the biggest dream come true. He's the best person to write for. But I do miss his writing. I really do. I'll be posting on my Wattpad. I already have one story on here. But it's a fanfic with 3 chapters. Hell yeah! But I need to rewrite that because my friend and I have other ideas for the fanfic. Oh my god. 3 chapters? That's amazing! Oh my god. I remember when I used to write full-on like novels, none of which were published because I'm not gonna lie to you, they were poorly written. They were so poorly written. It was very, very early in my I wanna be a writer career. And it was back when I only thought of you write a novel and then you get it published. I never really thought outside of that. I don't know why. I just thought that was the only path I could take. But then I got really into listening to ASMR, and then Darian said he needed scripts, and I couldn't stop myself from writing. It felt like a fire had been lit in me. Because for the longest time I thought I wouldn't get back into writing, and then suddenly the passion, the muse came back to me, and I was so happy. Because it really does feel like writing is a part of me as much as like an arm or a leg is a part of me. Like I can't give it up. I feel empty without it. And sure, it can be stressful sometimes, especially if your commissions are piling up and you go have a long day at work and you have to come home and you see all these scripts that you need to write. But I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. I really wouldn't. Even on like my worst day of trying to get through a script, it's infinitely better than any good day I have outside of writing. It's just the most perfect job in the world. It's not enough to pay the rent quite yet, but you never know. One day I'll get really good and I'll make a lot of money. That's the dream anyway. Let me look at this list of scripts. I really need to think more outside the box than just werewolf, demons, and vampires for the spooky season. It's so difficult because they're classics. And because they're classics, they're so easy just to fall into. Same, I've also never written a script before or know how to write one, but I was told my writing style matches a screenplay script. That's cool. I'd love to see some of your writing sometime. That's if you're cool with me looking at your writing, but I think that would be kind of sick seeing your writing sometime. Oh my god, it's getting late. It's like 6 minutes past 10. Because I live in the UK. I believe in you. Hell yeah, thank you. You know who else I haven't been able to write much for? Women. I write sometimes for women because they sometimes hop in my DMs and like, sup, you wanna write for me? But I've written for guys for so long that I need to get back into writing for women. And hopefully with that skill set I can start writing for myself, because it's difficult to write for myself, for me to voice an audio, because I don't know, it's just something weird about it. I think it's the same weird headspace I was in when I had to write my first like Patreon only script. I couldn't help but think, oh god, I'm gonna be sending this to Darian. And then I thought, you know what, it's fine. You know what, Pam? You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna make it so good, so descriptive, so Patreon worthy that he's gonna blush when he reads it. I'll post more original works soon, and I'll probably post links to them on my Twitter. I can't wait. Oh my god, we're in the same time zone. Since you live in Portugal? I've always wanted to go to Portugal. I've always wanted to travel, to be fair. I've never actually left the UK before, which is horrifying, because I think you get what I mean by, if you've only lived in one place your whole life, wherever you live, it can feel really boring. And everywhere else outside of your country seems so beautiful and intense and exotic and gorgeous. And no matter what they do in every other country, it seems so incredible and amazing. But when you look at your own country, like, this is boring. I do get to see quite a few like really good edits of like certain like towns and cities in the UK, and I'm like, this is really pretty, but it is the opposite of what it's actually like. It's always the most gorgeous edits you've ever seen of your life, and you're like, that's not accurate. That's not accurate at all. You're not seeing all the chavs run down the road and pick fights with each other. We don't all sound like me. And if in the US, it's 2 p.m. for you? Oh, I've always wanted to visit the US. Oh my god, there's so many places I want to visit, and I see so many, all of the people I like, every single person I like, and I communicate through this gorgeous little community we have, are never in the UK. I don't think I've met a single person in our community that's actually from the UK. All of my favourite people are outside of this country. They're always from well, Darren's like from Argentina. And I've always wanted to go there. I'd love to meet him firsthand. And I'd love to go to the US. I'd love to go to every country in the world. But I also know that's very expensive. I would just love to visit another country at least once. I'm really tempted to make my first ever trip outside the UK to South Korea. I've always wanted to go to South Korea. It's gorgeous, and the language is gorgeous, and the views are gorgeous, and I'd love to eat all of the delicious food. Go on tour guides and look at all the art galleries, and if I could get a tattoo in South Korea, I would die happy. Because, God, they have some incredible tattoo artists down there. To be able to point to one of my tattoos and be like, I got that in Korea. Yeah, I'm that kind of girl. I just went to another country to get a tattoo. No biggie. Oh, God, I've always wanted to travel. I don't think anyone from my family's ever been outside the UK. In fact, I don't think anyone in my family's ever been across the UK. My family line has very much been, we'll stay in this one town, it's okay. I decided to do one of those ancestry tests once. And I was like, I cannot wait to see what my ancestry test possibly, comes up with. Because I was just so excited, and you know what? I was so disappointed. I was like, shock of the century, Pam, you're mostly English. I'm also a little bit French and German and Welsh and Irish, which I kind of expected. And I knew I was a little bit of French. I knew that from my mother's side of the family. But you know what I was surprised about? I'm a little bit Swedish too. I was very impressed. I was like, oh my god. Look at me. Oh my goodness. I showed my mother the ancestry test, and she was like the least impressed woman. She's very much a teeny tiny British woman that's not impressed by much. Oh, I definitely get my more creative side from her, because she's very good at drawing. She doesn't think she's good at drawing, much like most people who are very good at creative stuff. She doesn't believe she's good at drawing, and she doesn't think she's good at drawing hands, even though she is. Because she once drew for me a Disney character. She drew me Ariel once, and it looks like she traced the picture. I have French ancestry from your mom's side? Yes! Join the crew! Yes! I always knew I was a little bit French, because my mother would say that, like, her mother is, like, half French, I believe. And her maiden name is very, very French. Oh my goodness, I really should learn a language. And I'm really tempted by Korean, and I know it's very difficult. I know. Why did I have to be completely enamored with a language that is one of the most hardest to learn? But I couldn't. Why would I fall in love with anything easy? Why would I do that? I really want to learn the language and visit the country and get a tattoo there and eat all the delicious food. I very much want to eat all the food. To go to Busan and Seoul. I've always wanted to go to Seoul. And I know there's an island just off the coast of South Korea that you can easily get to via a ferry. And it's usually a place that teens go to during the summertime, and you can have barbecues on there and just enjoy yourself. I also do want to go to Japan, mainly I want to see the cherry blossoms, and I want to see the Studio Ghibli Museum. and I know it's going to be detrimental to my bank account. And I know I will need to save up a ridiculous amount of money and get a spare suitcase, an empty one once I go there, and I'll fill it up on the way back. Because the things you can get in the Studio Ghibli Museum, you just cannot get online. It's impossible to get online, and even if you did, it is insanely expensive. I do expect it to be pretty expensive when I'm over there, but I don't have to like pay for like shipping fees or anything. I will have to pay for the super heavy suitcase on the way back. I think she said it was from her mom's side of the family, but she doesn't know too much about her mom's family. Oh. A lot of my family's like that too. Because my family's very, very big. Extremely big. I'm like the youngest of 7. And my mother is like the youngest of 5. And that's all just on like me and my mother's side, not even counting my father's side. And we're very much a mixed bag, so some of us like don't speak. I don't speak to most of my family, I must admit. They're not as nice as I would like them to be. But that does mean that I get to be independent and be by myself and strike out on my own and be a writer, so it's not that bad. Cherry blossoms are so pretty. I want to see them in person so bad. Me too! Me too! I'd love to as well. Not along with Moomin. I'd love to go to the Moomin one. And Disney Sea. I've always looked at like photos of like Disneyland, or there's Disneyland and there's Disneyland Paris. I know there's different Disney places all over the world. There's like a Disney one in Dubai. I think there's one in India. I think there's several all over the globe, and each one looks gorgeous. But I know for a fact I could never in a million years afford Disneyland. I'm actually quite surprised by how many people I've met that have said, "Oh yeah, we went to Disneyland when I was a kid." I'm like, I'm sorry? Your family had money? Because my family did not have money. I have a big family too. We're Mexican, but I was born and raised in the States. Oh my god. It's weird being in a big family and explaining it to someone who's been from like a small family, or if they're an only child. Because there's nothing quite like it, and it's really difficult to explain. Because the general thought process is what they see on TV with big families. You know how you have a big raucous family, and there's like they all live in one house for some reason, and there's like the grandparents, and you got the aunts and the uncles and the parents and the children and the nieces and the nephews and the cousins, but usually you have a giant family, but they're like spread out over the country mostly, and it's the same with my family. We're mostly spread out all over the place. I'm not entirely sure where most of my siblings are. But I do know that they're all still in the UK. I think I might be the only one that's longing to be outside the UK, or at least move to a different country, because I would love to move to a different country. I would love to move to, like, America or South Korea. I would love it so much. Been to Disneyland in the States, it was pricey. Oh, I bet. I hear the mouse ears, like, they're classics, and they always make them look so pretty, and then you look at the price tag, and you're like, oh god, I need to sell a kidney now. I have more nieces and nephews, second cousins and first cousins. I don't know if I've met many of my cousins. Because I remember looking on the ancestry test, because I was like, okay, seriously, where on earth are all my family? So I do have a pretty extensive family, and if you count all the nieces, nephews, uncles, siblings, aunts, grandparents, distant cousins, from what the test told me, and if we are going to think about it as this is ironclad, this is totally true, then the test said I have around 2,000 family members, which is insane. Some of them moved to Australia by the looks of the test. So I'm like, wow. It's always like the UK, like France, Germany, and then there's Australia. And it looks like they didn't touch any other countries. So I know that I need to hold up my end of the bargain by seeing every country I can. I want to be the most well-travelled member of my family. Which, won't be that difficult, but as long as I step out into the water a little bit, I think I'll be the most travelled member of my family. I think I already am, because I moved across the UK by myself, and that was pretty shocking for them. I moved across the UK with nothing but one suitcase full of things and like £100 in my pocket. I went out on my own, I did my own thing, and I'm proud to say that it was an absolute smashing success. I only did 23andMe, and I wouldn't ancestry test too. It's well worth it. It's fun. It's very fun. The only part of it that I found really hard is you get to build your family tree as much as you can, but because my family's so big and I have no idea where they are, it's really difficult to manually put in as much as I can. In fact, I don't think I've been on the website in a long time. One time I would love to do a stream where I actually show my ancestry test. What would have been even cooler is if I did it like blind on a stream sometime, but no, I didn't even think about that. Oh, I really should take a look at it again, see what else comes about from it. You never know. It could be like that, what is the film called? Is it Invitation? Have you guys ever seen that? It's on Netflix. I recommend if you're wanting to be scared absolutely shitless when it comes to ancestry tests, because it's basically like that. A girl does her little ancestry test and finds out she has this family member in England, of all places. And she goes there, and it turns out the family isn't what they seem. It's a little bit more darker and a bit more bloody than what they thought. It is well worth a watch. But do tell me what you think about the ending, because I didn't see it coming. I did not see it coming at all. I should really look up more films, because last year I watched so many films. But this year I've been slacking. If I were to give out like ideas about what to watch, what I've liked, if you guys ever go onto Netflix and you watch My ID is Gangnam Beauty, it is so good. You will not be disappointed. It is one of the best things I've seen. It was so amazing. I won't spoil anything, and I won't even tell you what it's about, because every second of it I went into blind, and it was the best experience, and I highly recommend it for you guys. Oh my god. Let me take a sip of my green tea. Oh, I've been very much into green peppermint tea lately. It is delicious. Absolutely delicious. I never used to be a tea girl, which is sacrilege of the highest order in the UK. Everyone drinks tea. And I only really got into it as like an adult. And when I say an adult, I mean like maybe a year ago I got into it. But now I am just like every other British lady, drinking her tea. Green tea is typically like served like you don't put any milk in it, you just drink it as is, because I've never really been into the classic English tea where you put the milk and the sugar in. I don't know, it's just something about it that doesn't sit well with my stomach. Maybe it's because my brain is so wired into thinking there's milk in this and there's also water in this. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right at all. You love tea? Hell yeah! What kind of tea do you drink? I will admit, the second I tasted peppermint tea, my life was completely changed. I'm like, this is the best. This is the most refreshing thing ever. I can't watch too much films. My brain was so weird growing up. It's the point I basically get. Oh, that's awful! Like, you live those scenarios in real life. I feel the exact same way. It's the reason why I can't watch super realistic, like, horror films. And it's also the reason I cannot stand watching any film or series that has any kind of bullying in it, because I just can't. It just brings back too many memories, you know? I'm just not built in the strongest way that I can just watch that and just be completely cool, you know? So many different flavors and varieties. Oh, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. I've been desperately trying to be into like ginger tea, but I don't know, it's just something about it just doesn't sit well on my tongue. Oh, I've also been trying to get into matcha lately. I'm trying to figure out exactly how much I'm supposed to put into the cup because too much just tastes way weird. But I know that whenever I go out and get it professionally like made, it tastes amazing. I don't know what they do with it. The peppermint's amazing. Black tea, matcha, different flower teas like hibiscus and like some fruit ones. I primarily only drink like chamomile tea when I'm sick, because I hear chamomile and honey tea is very good to flush out all the grossness. I think my tolerance for like flower flavored things was kind of ruined in my early 20s because there was this delicious rum that is flavored with lavender that I tried in this like, it wasn't a mojito, it was this weird lavender kind of mojito rum thing. And the first one was okay, you know, they put in like just the right amount to not be overpowering, but the second one, I don't know what they did, but it felt like I had the entire flower pot. And it just immediately I was like, no, okay, you ruined it. You went too far. Thanksgiving movie I've never seen. Oof. That's rough. That's really rough. Yeah, I try to stay away from any film. There's always like really good like disclaimers for most films. And I kind of understand when I go to like trailers and such. I'm like, okay, am I too freaked out by the trailer? If not, then I'll go see the film. Though there have been, I think it's only been a very few times that I've watched a film and I'm like, the trailer made this look so much better than what it was. I think the worst film I've ever watched was, have you guys ever seen, I think it's called The Valerian and the Planet of a Thousand Cities, or The City of a Thousand Planets? It's like 3 hours long. And I went to go see it with a friend I used to have, like, way back when. I say way back when, like it was like 100 years ago. But it was like early 20s, went to go see it with her, and we were both looking at each other throughout the film like, is it over yet? Is it stopping anytime soon? Because it feels like that they pushed the film out way too longer than it had to be. I feel like you could have cut out at least 2.5 hours of that film and it still would have been legible. Certain films with my family. It's always a gamble. Ugh. Yeah, I don't watch films with my family. I don't think I've ever watched films with my family, actually. I usually just, like, watch them by myself because they're the most enjoyable that way. I used to feel really self-conscious going to the cinema by myself. But after I, like, worked at one for such a long time, it got a lot easier because, hey, free films. I got a lot better at it. And it's so enjoyable taking myself out to the cinema now. I get to dress myself up, make myself all cute, and take myself out on a date. Like, what could be better? I really want to go see the new Alien film. I really want to go see the new Alien film because I saw the trailer for it and it looked really cool. And you never know, it could spark good inspiration for a brand new script. I don't know if I've done an Alien script for any of the channels before. I do like private commissions quite a lot where they aren't really public as they are given directly to the commissioner. So I've done a few alien scripts that way, but I've never done one on the channel before. Wonder what kind I could make. Okay, one for films that shows have things that trigger me. No, I completely understand. There are some films that I just can't watch, like any film about bullying. That's why I love the fact that everyone fell in love with The Glory. I don't know if you guys have seen it or heard of it, but it is like a revenge story about a girl that got brutally bullied. And her revenge is sweet. It is the sweetest. But I can't watch it because I just can't watch bullying stuff. It makes me feel so gross and anxious. But I have seen like edits of it online and like clips on YouTube, so that's almost as good as seeing it. So I can actually keep up with the story rather than actually watching it myself. I don't know if there's like only one season. I think there might be a second season. I'm not entirely sure, to be fair. I keep gazing at my little pink-haired girl. She's so pretty. I love that I kept the main aspects of her. You know, like the red and the necklace and the earrings. I think cherry earrings are her staple now. I love her so much. She's so pretty. I can't even. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. Empathetic self would be too overwhelmed. It is very, very overwhelming to watch. I just can't do it. I have to leave immediately. Whenever it was like, I think it was like in the Harry Potter series. In a few of the films where Harry's getting picked on by his like, what is it, like his cousin Dudley, I think his name was. I couldn't stand it. Like, ugh. But they put it in such small increments that it was easier for me to handle. And when I think it was like his Uncle Vernon's sister came over, and she was like bad mouthing Harry and his mother and his father. That was easier to deal with because she like blew up. So it was fine then. It was totally fine. I know the cherry earrings are such a cute touch. She's so pretty. I was really worried about reinventing her because I wanted her to still be recognizable. But let's see if I can I move her? I can. Look at this. Da da da. Look at her. Look at her. She's so pretty. Ah. And then it shows her thighs, so I will cover her up. I will cover up. Where was she? I think she was like right there. Yeah, she looks good. Yeah, she looks good. She looks very good. I love her ponytail the most because one of the things I think I found like a good like base of that pose that she's doing on Pinterest, and I saw the pose. I was like, you know what, that's really adorable. I want that pose, and I wanted the floofy ponytail to go with her. Because nothing's better than a floofy ponytail. She is super cute. I do like my classic girly. That's my little icon on like YouTube. I especially like her lips in that. It's just so full and beautiful. Just love full lips on every character. It's just so pretty. Oh damn! I got like 10:30. Well, 10:30 now, baby. I shall be winding down to go to sleep. And if I overthink about scripts again, it will honestly be quite normal for me. Oh, but this has been so nice. I haven't done this in quite some time. And it's nice to know I still have the bravery to hit live. Thank you guys for like joining me and letting me talk to someone, and so it's just not just me and my rambling thoughts. This is very nice. It's always a worry when you go live and you're like, oh, no one's gonna show up though. But you know, that's part of the course. That's part of the course, man. Oh my god. It's a beautiful night here in the UK. A very beautiful night. The weather's gotten slightly colder. So that means I get the extra blankets and the extra pillows. This has been absolutely fabulous. Thank you guys so much for coming to visit me and keep me company and to make me laugh. And for stopping me from overthinking, which is always an incredible skill set anyone can have. Well done, you guys. Yeah! Guys, you saw the notification. I'm glad you saw the notification. Thank you so much for swinging by. Thank you for talking with me. You guys are really fun. You guys are really, really fun. And I hope you guys have a good night or evening, depending on your time zones. I hope you have sweet dreams, cold, icy drinks, and unlimited cake. That is what I wish for you. I will see you guys later. Hopefully it's not as long from the last time I stream. Hopefully this is my turning point of, hey, you can do this. You don't need to overthink anything. Thank you guys for coming out. I love you so much. I love you. Bye bye. Bye bye bye. Bye. I'm waving at the microphone like you can see me. Have a good night too. Thank you too. Night night. Sweet dreams, my angels.